Hey everybody, welcome to episode 12 of Total Dragon, the show where we read and recap Eric Larson's epic masterpiece, The Savage Dragon. It's been quite a while since I did a video. Things kind of crazy around the house, so finally got some time to do one, and I'm going to pick right up here with issue 5. So let's get this started. Right here on the cover, see Dragon punching out a guy, another super freak. Take a look at the team here. As usual, we've got Eric Larson on stories and pencils and inks. This issue is dedicated to Todd McFarlane for some reason. I'm trying to remember what he had going on at the time, if there was any reason why this was dedicated to him. I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe I can look that up or something and find out. So let's get right on into the story. Dragon's apprehending another super freak. This time a fellow by the name of Doubleheader. This guy has two faces but one head. So maybe Two-Face should have been... Oh, well, no, that's used. Can't use that one. Sorry. So I guess that's why he went with Doubleheader. In any case, that's a really cool looking visual for a supervillain. Turn the page over, and Dragon finally for himself sees a glimpse of Mighty Man. He's been very skeptical of what other people talking about seeing him, and now he finally gets a chance to see him with his own two eyes. He arrives back at the police station. We've got the members of Freak Force right here. Everybody's been put together. Here's Rapture, who we saw in the last issue, getting recruited by Ricochet. And another thing about Rapture is she was actually in a previous issue and was a character that was interviewed by some reporter doing what do you think about Officer Dragon or whatever? What do you think about him and the job he's doing? She was interviewed by that by that news reporter, and she was, said, "Oh, I like him a whole lot. He's real easy on the eyes." So we have actually seen her before last issue's backup story, which she appeared in. Just a quick cameo. Now we've got some more stuff going on right here with Frank. More and more. Often Frank is torn apart about what's going on with him being in the Vicious Circle's back pocket. And Dragon finally confronts him, and Frank still won't talk about it. Meanwhile, Dart has been informed that she will not be able to use her darts because it's excessive force, which I find really, really strange that they're willing to fast track all these characters onto the police force, recruit Dragon as an amnesiac with no background, but they want to crack down on policy and procedure when it's with Dart and her gimmick darts there. Got a next page right here. Debbie Harris's mom shows up. She's super pissed off. She says she feels insulted about why she get investigated. It's in regards to her own daughter's death. This issue right here, I'm telling you, this issue has got a lot going on. We've got the introduction of Freak Force. We've got Debbie's mom showing up. We've got that recap with Dragon telling Rapture the history of him and Debbie and Debbie's mom, and the tragic circumstances revolving her death. Page on over. We've got Overlord and some of his guys that are discussing there's been a split from the Vicious Circle with a group called the Annihilators. And this guy's basically telling him, hey, having Frank Darling in your back pocket doesn't matter anymore. You know, the guy who's running Freak Force, Captain Stewart, he's the guy that we really need to be worried about. And Overlord blasts him into basically dust for his troubles. So he's pretty clear indicator that he doesn't feel that way. Now we've got kind of a practice session here. I guess this is like their makeshift danger room where they go to practice. Barbaric kind of loses his cool, chucks a wall at Rapture. Dragon shows up to save the day. Kind of runs down Barbaric a little bit. Says, you don't really get what we're doing here. Well, no shit, he doesn't get what he's doing there. He was just brought on the force the other day. Dragon's pager goes off. That's what looks like what that is. And then we get to see Emily Schwarzenblatz. This crazy old lady that thinks Officer Dragon is actually her little son, my little boy Rodney. She thinks it's him for some strange reason. So we'll probably he's already told her before, I believe, look, you know, that's not me. She keeps calling, and now she showed up in person. Meanwhile, we'll cut to Frank's house here. Looks like his house has been thoroughly vandalized, and he's getting assaulted by some of the Vicious Circle. Dragon punches this guy out through the wall. And then finally, everything comes clean right here. Frank is going to have to tell Dragon what's going on. And that's what he does. And essentially what we get right here is a Frank just recapping everything that's led up to this. The whole situation with finding Dragon being amnesiac and getting him a job, and then Vicious Circle blackmailing him. Frank's at wit's end here. Dragon essentially is just telling him right now it's gone too far. You've got to leave town, man. You and your wife have got to get out of here. Then we've got a little pinup right here in the middle. A little poster here by the Adam Hughes. Just kind of a good wholesome Mighty Man image right here. Very old school Superman, Shazam type stuff. Nothing too risque or anything. Just showing Mighty Man as being a straight up superhero. Frank's kind of having a breakdown. How could I let this happen? Well, that's what happens when you get involved with the mob. Whoever would have thought the day would turn out terrible? Oh, everybody. Dragon, right here, he goes, you're still my best friend. Nothing can change that. Wow. Dragon. Man, I don't know about that. I don't know if I could do that for Frank or not. After all the lying and manipulating he's done, still keep that guy close like that. That's tough. So then, finally we get to see Freak Force going into action right here. We got a couple super freaks. The Annihilators. We've seen this guy right here before. He's got these little bazooka arms that shoot dookie out of him. And then we got this little midget type Puck looking character here. then the very last page, Freak Force is making a bust. So that's how this issue wraps up. This issue just had a whole lot going on, man. I mean, a whole lot. We get Frank finally confessing about everything that happened. We get Dragon talking about the death of Debbie. Frank's going to have to leave the Force. Just a lot was going on here in this one. Erik Larsen, he really put a lot of stuff going on. He put a lot of stuff into this one. So if you were reading this book, this would have been a really good jumping on point. I mean, it is only issue 5, but still, really, if you think about the director's cut to come before that, you know, by this point, it's about 10 issues in of story anyway. So then we've got a cool backup story right here. More Mighty Man. Basically just Mighty Man testing out his new powers. Learning how to become a superhero. We haven't found out exactly how these two right here know each other. They were in the previous backup story together, but we hadn't found out what their relationship was. But then in this panel right here, my roommate's unconscious or dead. So her and Sam are roommates. That's the relationship right there. Mighty Man pretty easily takes this guy out. And kind of have a little bit of conversation here between Phyllis and Sam. Mighty Man / Sam scoops her up into his arms, and off they go flying. I got a feeling we'll be seeing more of them. So that's really a wrap up for this issue here. Like I said, this one had a whole lot going on. With Freak Force finally getting out on their first mission, Frank coming clean, which I believe that's probably all going to come to a head soon. It'll be Dragon's big showdown with the Vicious Circle to get Frank out of their back pocket. So I got a feeling we got that to look forward to soon. Well, that's going to do it for this issue here. We will see you guys next time, and hopefully I'll be able to pick up the pace with the videos. Thanks a lot, and be good.